Here's a man, he said, now let me, this last thing. This 12-page, and you can go get the book yourself, read it yourself. This 12-page paper is most interesting in suggesting, am I proving anything? No. You can't prove, you can't disprove. It's nothing but a possibility. This is Joseph Ben Joachim, The Black Man's Religion, The Need for a Black Bible. Real good book. Read the introduction, read at the bottom where he talks about proving things. So you can, it's nothing but a possibility. The theory of opposites. Some people are so extreme. You gotta have it their way and only their way. The world don't operate like that. Real adults don't operate like that. Real men don't operate like that. So anyway, this 12-page is most interesting in suggesting, not proving, or asserting that an individual's behavior in the 20th century can be explained by cultural perpetuation of Ice Age behavior patterns, supported to an unknown extent by actual biological transmitted genetic traits. This is the position defended in his book, The Iceman Inheritance. And he also put in here that a couple of, they evaluated the bones. I was talking to you earlier about how they dug up the bones at Calvary. But there are two Harvard psychologists, Canadian publication, Dr. Eric Trinkus and Dr. T. Dale Stewart, jointly published, check this out. Hard time, Google it. Hard times among the Neanderthals. In the December 1978 issue of the American Museum of Natural History's prestigious Natural History magazine. So you put in there Natural History magazine. What did they do? Why am I mentioning this? Check what these guys did. These are white scholars. A real researcher is going to search for the truth, wherever his research takes him. And he's not going to be biased. He's going to go where the truth leads him. So, the Neanderthals, all right, Trinkus and Stewart, these authors subjected all known Neanderthal skeletal material to a coroner-style forensic examination. Their conclusion was that Neanderthal bones exhibited a much greater number of violence-inflicted injuries than any comparable number of bones from other groups of human ancestors. Since it had long been known and accepted that the Neanderthals were the one ancestral group that contributed to the modern European gene pool, it seemed reasonable to conclude that this proven Neanderthal aggression had been passed on to their modern European descendants. And this is what he's saying in The Iceman Inheritance. This is a very, very good book.
What's the name of that book again, Charles?
Chosen People from the Caucasus. Guess who did, Third World Press, guess who did his introduction? Dr. John Henry Clark. Did he do it in this book? I think so. Yeah. John Henry Clark wrote the introduction. Hunter College, 1991. I brought John Henry Clark up to the Clinton Correctional Facility in 1990. He was blind. And the inmates asked me to bring him up there. And yeah, so this is a very, very good book. Yeah, this guy right here, about the ants, this is real interesting. It looks like a battery. What do you call it? Dyad? D-Y-A-D. Check that out. This is like a diet, and this is where the electromagnetic, this is where the electricity. So when people talking about raising people from the dead, You know, you got your idea, they were doing it, and they got, you look at the temple, and it was very portable, and you look at the rod and the staff, you look at the priest, how he hit that thing in the earth, and that electromagnetism, you know, it hit that, and real interesting, and yeah. My thing is proving these guys wrong. So far, they're winning, all right? You got to prove them wrong. And I keep on going on and on and on.
Pick up that civilization of what is that? Yeah, pick that one up again. Get us a little bit on that one, and then go into that other one you got there too.
Okay.
Underneath.
I read this, the Merchant Banker. I'm trying to understand capitalism. I saw Michael Moore's movie the other day, but it started with the African woman down the Nile. Her man go out looking for a lion to come back and feed the family. She didn't know if the lion was going to come back or the man was going to come back. She went and planted succotage of beans, and you can store dry beans. John Clark taught me this. You can store dry beans indefinitely. So she started the first agriculture system, bartering system. You got corn, I got this. You got this, I got that. It even came up here in Black American experience in the Americans. Well, a lot of white Methodists, they helped escape slaves and stuff. So anyway, teaching them the salad, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. The merchant bankers, they know how much Swiss cocoa is in Africa. They know all kinds of commodities, and they trade on this every day. And so, again, I'm looking at history historically. I'm up here in the 18th century, but you can see how far, you can see the whole ideal of you know, the result of the slave trade. But there were already black people already here. Let's make that clear. That, again, you had the Pangea, the whole earth. Africans were in Australia. Africans went, and they had these lodges all over the world. That's why they got pyramids down in South America. Those are Africans down there. All right? They went and they were already here in North America. Okay? So we got to get rid of this notion. Yeah, slavery did happen, but remember,